Yeah, we do have other people who are interested, so we'll put out another advertisement to say, more people can apply. We had a close date because we wanted to gauge what it was like, the response. But I think as some of the good people in this room, through them, I think we'll be able to get more interest and we're opening it up again. So there is no, from our side, there is no restriction per se. I'd also like to clarify, it also does not mean that these people are being recruited because current employees of these organizations have been fired or terminated. It has to be in addition to those people they already employ. And the cutoff date was September, end of September.
So of course, government is subsidizing the minimum wage rate. What would be some other benefits that the companies would get from government or in terms of coming on board for these schemes?
I think $2.68 is a great benefit from government. The fact that we're paying $2.68, and the employer will have to, of course, they do the recruiting. They of course can do the firing too. If somebody, for example, does carries out any action that does not comply with the company standards, of course, they have the right to do that. But we are contributing $2.68 an hour. They simply have to pay the FNPF component, which is now 5%. And as we said, they have to comply with the law. Should the position have another minimum wage, which is higher than $2.68, they have to pay that. And like I said, just to reiterate, the fact is that a lot of these people will get contributions going to the FNPF fund, the FNPF account. And a number of people who are in the informal sector, they don't actually have an FNPF account. So, we'll also be able to inculcate a sense of savings. A lot of people will realize, oh, hey, if I do work, I can get some contributions for my savings for later on when I retire, and hopefully sort of, embed that type of thinking.
So how much in total has the government set aside for this scheme?
Well, as you know that we had announced $100 million in the budget, what we said unemployment benefits. And we are using the funds from that particular allocation that is made. Out of that $100 million, we had said that $5 million will be used for reskilling and retraining people. We are currently talking to FNU in that respect. There are some people, who will want to get retrained in other areas. Some people are thinking that now they want to make a career change. For example, some people who have been working in the tourism sector, they feel perhaps that, they want to look for an alternative career. There are some who are doing that, hopefully not too many of them, because we hope that when the borders open, we still have the right people with the right skill sets to work in that particular sector. And the balance, of course, is that what we have been using to top up the unemployment benefits. So at the moment, the top-ups that we do are for those people who are unemployed. We pay $220 a fortnight through the general account. Should they not have any more funds in the general account, then we top it up. So it comes directly from government funds and the budgetary allocation. And secondly, also those people who have reduced hours. So for example, some of the garment factories, instead of working they're working 5 days previously as they did, they probably be working, say, 2 days a week. So then they get, access to the 3 days of work, which works out to be $44 a fortnight for 1 day. And then, of course, then you're on a pro rata basis, you increase it.
The mention of first round, would there be a second round based on the success of the first round of this initiative?
We believe it will be successful. The second round is starting already. So the ad's going out again. And we already have people applying, and the ministry will tell you that on a daily basis they're getting people who are applying.
So during the last parliament session, you had mentioned that government was looking at a cash for work program, especially in the Western Division. Is this part of that? Or?
Yes, this is it. So instead of calling, cash for work, we're calling job support scheme. Stronger Together job support scheme. That's what it is. Yeah. I still think there's a lot of organizations, a lot of NGOs that can actually, be part of this scheme too. They do a lot of work. Some of them, not all of them, and they can be part of the scheme. And other people in the private sector, municipal councils, of course, can do that. Today we don't have any municipal councils. I don't think we've got any requests from municipal councils, but I'd like to urge them to, the administrators. There's a lot of work that can be done at that level, and if government is supplementing $2.68 an hour, then of course there's a lot of potential for them. Just for information, under the Unemployment Assistance Initiative, a total of $133.6 million has been paid out. Of this, government has paid out $46 million, including $30.6 million from the COVID-19 response budget, and so far $15.4 million from the 2020-2021 budget.
So I just mentioned the names, some of the companies that's in villas and resorts as well. Is because of the Love Our Locals campaign is becoming more and more successful, and these resorts are now able to hire additional.
I do not know specifically. I can't answer that. I would like to think so, but some of them may be doing some extra work. There are a lot of resorts who are preparing themselves, so some may be getting into refurbishing, doing other types of maintenance work that they probably would not think about, but now they may be taking an opportunity to do so.
Just along those lines of tourism, the Care Fiji Commitment program was launched last month. Has Fiji received any feedbacks from countries that would like to come back once our borders are open?
We are talking to our development partners in respect of tourism and travel, but of course first and foremost is our adherence to the health measures that we have to ensure is adhered to, because we cannot of course let our guard down. You've seen in other parts of the world there has been second or third wave in some instances, and we have to make sure that we maintain our measures. But we are having discussions, and some of them are fairly in-depth, some of them are preliminary discussions, some of them are what we call exploratory discussions, and hopefully we'll get some good outcomes soon. And that's working in line with the Bula Bubble proposal.
One key aspect is that when visitors come from COVID-contained countries, would not have to quarantine for a certain amount of time. Which criteria would Fiji establish to say that this particular country is COVID-contained, and then the tourists can come and enjoy the holiday without quarantine?
I think rather than having a broad brush approach, it's more to deal with countries individually, and that's how everybody is dealing with that situation. And again, that's decided by our CRMT group, the committee. There's obviously a huge proclivity to ensuring that there's adherence to health measures that's been put in place. For example, some jurisdictions like Australia, they have within each each state they have COVID safe areas and they have non-COVID safe areas. We obviously are a different country. We are a much smaller country, so those types of if you like, boundary restrictions don't necessarily work. But certainly, we are going into all of this with an open mind, but ensuring that our health and safety is first and foremost paramount. And then, obviously, the economic security is critically important too.